When I was little, and I think when lots of people of my generation were little, we played outside all the time. And I know that today, this is totally different for kids. Recently, my husband, he came in possession of a bunch of old film strips, and we were watching them, and my daughter looking at it and saying, "What are you doing?" And she was shocked. Like, she had no idea why would her dad and uncles have been having such a great time laughing and climbing all over this tree. And I realized it was such a shocker for me. She had no idea of just going outside and messing around in the mud or climbing through the branches of a down tree. You know, she's raised in the city. So it was really, really surprising and sad.
The average American child today is spending about 30 minutes a week outside in unstructured play and about 40 hours a week in front of some kind of digital media. Just think about that. Think about the contrast. Think about the difference that it makes for when kids actually get to see and touch and smell and experience things in the world. But that's not part of kids' daily experience anymore. They're not getting those opportunities. And we've got to push back against the current trend. Hi, I'm Sharon Easterling, the Executive Director of DVAEYC.
And I'm Meg Wise, the Executive Director of Smith Memorial Playground and Playhouse.
And we're building the first ever Urban Nature Preschool.
For our dream to become a reality, we need to raise a lot of money.
We've got a couple of large funders who are interested in us, but in order to take a next step, we need to show widespread grassroots support. And that's why we need your help.
So nature preschools are really growing in popularity, but I'm not aware of any that are in an urban neighborhood where we are in Philadelphia.
These are kids who don't go on vacation in the summertime. They don't get to go camping with their family.
The idea is that you have kids together in a learning environment of school, but lots of their time is spent outside in direct contact with nature. It's really, really supportive of their learning. They get to explore things, get to use their imaginations, they get to learn how to get along with each other and solve problems.
What's on that that's not on this?
Moss.
It's moss.
Yeah.
Things can even grow in the winter. Look, there's even ice on it and it's still growing. What a fantastic plant.
So much today, what we're doing with kids is we're just trying to keep them away from anything that's hard or involves risk, and putting them in an environment where they can explore these things on their own.
Get to explore risk, which it's not dangerous, but it gives kids an opportunity to test limits. And that's really, really important for their ability to grow up to be resilient, confident adults. So our vision for this school is different than any other out there. One, because it's going to serve kids who live in the inner city in Philadelphia. Two, it's going to be a demonstration school, so other early childhood educators can come and learn best practices and replicate them at their schools. And three, it is going to have a university partner. So we're going to be able to measure the impact of the kind of educational experiences we're providing to kids. Part of why I have so much faith in the success of this project is because Sharon is the perfect partner for this job.
In 1995, DVAEYC launched one of the first quality improvement projects in the nation. And we now have 25 staff. We have a budget of about $2.5 million, working with over 5,000 early childhood professionals, helping them reach higher program standards. So for a number of years, DVAEYC has seen the need to develop a lab school. In other words, a place where we could bring teachers to show them best practices. When Meg came to me and said, "Do you have an idea for something that we could do at Smith Playground?" we talked about doing a lab school. But the more we talked, the more excited we got about the prospect of turning it into a nature preschool because of the unique setting that's right here.
Smith Playground is the best playground that you have ever seen. It's 6.5 acres in East Fairmount Park. It's beautiful wooded terrain, rolling hills, and in that space, the playhouse is 16,000 square feet. The house was built specifically for kids to play in. It's full of toys. It's a place for kids to do whatever they want to do. We really want to use the resources that we have here to welcome more families and change more lives. And there's some unused space here in our basement. It's above ground, it's sunny, it needs restoration, but we started asking around, looking for potential partners. Who is doing great work with children and what could they do in our space? And that's when we went to DVAEYC and started talking to Sharon.
The Nature Preschool idea is such a powerful idea. It's not a question of if it will happen, but it's a question of when.
First, we need funds to support a planning process so we can construct the Urban Nature Preschool in a way that makes sense. And then second, we need to raise capital dollars for the restoration of the space.
Any donation, $50, $100, $500 will make an enormous difference and will help us reach our goal.
It's going to take a lot, but it's going to be entirely worth it.
We've got this incredible location in the middle of a community that could so benefit from this resource. We've got Fairmount Park and trails and a wonderful building. We've got terrific partners to work with. We're ready to go. All we need is commitment from folks like you.